kind of already answered this, but I want to, since I'm a slow learner, like if you want to go through like a brief overview, like, so how does, what does this look like? What does this process look like? Like from the call to intake, you want to give a brief overview, like what are we looking at?
So our first step would be that intake call. So we would have a conversation, we would find out information about the young adult. We would find out, what services they're already seeing, if they're already a regional center client or not. Then we have a form that the parents would fill out, and it really outlines what things their child is capable of, what things that they need help with. And that way we identify the need. What do we need to do for this conservatorship? After we get that, we have them put a list of the doctors together, a list of the schools that the child's been attending. And then they'll sign a release with our office so that we can get those medical records gathered. We would also get the educational records gathered. Then we put together a petition. It's a petition for limited conservatorship. And we use all that information. We would send a form out to the doctor. They would fill it out. It's a capacity declaration. And it talks about, what are the needs of this young adult. Then once we file all those documents with the court, they will give us a hearing date. And they'll give us, a case number. We will then send those documents to regional center so that they can begin their analysis in the report. And the great thing is if that young adult has not been a regional center client yet, they're able to get to the regional center through this process. And what that does is provides them with various services the parents don't know about and their child is entitled to receive. There'll also be an investigation done by the probate court themselves to see if, does this young adult understand what a conservatorship is, even. And they'll do their best to explain it in simple language. And, generally speaking, the young adult wants the parents to continue to make those decisions, wants them to help out. After all those reports are in, and we need to provide notice. So in a lot of cases, we'll have divorcing spouses, and one of the spouses will want to file, and then we have to provide notice to the other spouse, and they have the ability to either agree to the conservatorship, file their own petition, object, or work out something where both the parents can be joint conservators.
So more often than not, it sounds like the parents can be, I'm sorry. So just so I understand, so it's not a third party. It's technically generally a third party or generally the parents or the family that's applying for the petition?
It's generally going to be the parents, at least initially. Okay. And we do start exploring options for what happens if something happens to the parents. Because these conservatorships will often stay in place throughout the duration of the adulthood. And so where possible, if there's a good relationship with siblings, we would have them be listed as a successor conservator. And if not, then we talk about there are third parties that can act as conservators and professionals. But really in this type of conservatorship, we really want it to be a family member. They're going to have that relationship. They're going to know the needs of that young adult and better be able to get those services.